Hey guys, I got this radio in and excuse me. I probably worked on this a while back for the gentleman. But he's got a couple things on it. One is his claim is his 148 does better than the 2000. I probably would agree with that because the power supplies, not knowing what that power supply is set at versus what this one's set at. I haven't popped the lids on it yet to check it out. I mean, looking at it on the meter, it looks, about right. I mean, I got a 3-watt dead key out of it. I mean, 7.5, almost 8. It's about what a 2000 will do. But he's got one of those recordable toys in the back, and he wants me to put that up in the front. I really hate defacing the radio, but hey, it's his radio. That's where I'm going to put it. I'm thinking that it probably needs a cap change, so we're going to go in and investigate that, and I'm going to check the voltages. These radios, you can't do anything with the voltages. It's whatever it's set at. It's set at, you can do some resistor changes on the board, but that's going a little bit too extreme, and then you're volting everything, especially these freak counters. Not good. So it's best just to leave them alone. And everybody knows I'm not a final volter either, so but we're going to go in here, we're going to do some work on it, replace some bulbs in it, a few other things, probably a cap change, I'm thinking. We'll be back with an update. Alright guys, back on the 2000. Unfortunately, it wasn't the capacitors in it. I already changed those out for them, so that was a job we already had done. Didn't really pay much attention initially when we were tuning it. I mean, these radios average anywhere from 7 to 9 bird out of them, and that's usually what you look for. So, every radio is a little different, components are different, such and la-di-la-di-la-di. So I got in here, and once I seen that the caps had been changed in it, over from the 10 volters, I said, well, let me check the voltages on this thing. So we did a voltage check on it, found out it was about 11.9 on the volts. So I started investigating why the regulator wasn't putting out the normal 13, which is usually what these radios are sitting at. About 13 to anywhere from 12.8 to about 13.5 is usually what you get out of a 2000 on the voltage end of it. Because they have non-adjustable regulators in them. So it's not like you can go in there and twist a pot and turn the voltage up like you can on some of the other base radios. So when I got into inspecting it, I had noticed that the power supply had been repaired before. Of course, somebody's done put this huge, gigantic cord on it, which is definitely overkill. So I noticed that the power supply had, the regulator circuit had been some work done on it. Well, this little guy right here, I don't know how well y'all can make that out, but it's a Zener diode, and this is what controls the voltage in these radios. Now, I haven't looked up the number on it yet, but I'm sure it's definitely not the right one. It's probably what somebody had laying in their shop at the time, and they replaced it. And, of course, the voltage coming out the radio was 11.9, and the radio was operating there, as we just noticed. So there really wasn't probably an issue with that, but the complaint is the watts weren't the same as this 148, which, they're probably still not going to be exactly the same, but it's probably a step up and closer. But we went ahead and replaced that Zener in it. I heavied up the capacitance on the power supply side too, which is another thing I tend to do sometimes. And then we also replaced his 2 lights here in the meters. I put some super whites in there, LEDs, but the problem is these black style meters is very hard to really appreciate that super white light in there. It's probably much brighter than the wheat bulbs, but unless you had the 2 side-by-side comparison, it's going to be hard to tell. Then the other thing we did was we moved his recordable play toy up here. I'm not a big fan of these toys. I know a lot of the guys like them. I mean, we see the channels that they're on. They tend to think that that recording, and they record their buddy, and that's what they sound like. It's nothing far-fetched from that. It's that's not what they sound like at all. They're terrible for recording people over the air. It's just not a good reproduction of what somebody sounds like. But needless to say, you know, I do what the customer wants, and we set it up and we put it in there. So they have their play toy in there. Now, let's get on with the radio. And basically, we're still on a 50-watt slug. We're still 3-watt dead key. Actually, it went up. Why did it go up? I guess more voltage would go up, but I had already tested it. So, okay, 3 watts. On, audio, briga. So almost 9 bird out of it. So, you know, it's definitely an improvement over the, what was it, 7.5. And then the peak side, I didn't show the peak in the last video, but it was like about 26. Oh, yeah, hello. It's about 32 now. Not bad. So, there you go. It's taken care of. Did everything that the customer wanted. And she's ready to go out the door. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. If this is something that you got that you need taken care of, repairs, tune-ups, whatever, give us a shout. We will help you out. Where the heck is, there it is, in front of my eyeballs. Okay. Give us a shout, we'll help you out. Stickman, and we are gone.